So here we are, Canvas Studio quizzes. And you know what? This was the very last presentation that I worked on, and I'm finding things that I needed to go change. It's like Edpuzzle, but it's inside Canvas. My name is Gina King. I'm the one-to-one instructional coach at Garland High School. I love Garland High School. I graduated from here in 1991. I've got an exceptional staff, and I love working here. But I am not just dedicated to Garland High School. I'm here in Garland ISD. So if you ever have a question, if you want help with something, please feel free to send me an email. And if I don't know the answer to your question, I can always find somebody who does know the answer to your question. We can hop on a Google Meet and we can fix things for you. So please feel free to reach out to me. So studio quizzes. I think what I'm going to do is I want to just kind of show it to you, and then I'll go back through. I was a little apprehensive, or I don't know. I was kind of confused on what I wanted to do with studio quizzes today, because it is in Canvas. So I felt like I had to do a lot of screenshots with it. So I think it's just going to be best if I kind of show you live, and then you have access to the presentation with the screenshots. Okay. So studio, we know, is right here in our Canvas account. And it's just the video recording for Canvas. So much like Screencastify, if I wanted to record this session right now, what I would do is I would hit record. Now, when you hit record, you are going to have to download like a video player, a video recording. And it's not as easy to use as Screencastify, because you have to like make sure that your window is where you want it to be. So you could record, or you can add something straight from YouTube. So like all of your Screencastify videos, if you already have lessons that you've recorded and you want to use them again, kind of flipped learning, blended learning within Canvas, you can go to Screencastify and put it out on YouTube, and then you can insert the YouTube video here as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I have some instructional videos. I've done some screencasts, how to import our GHS homepage, and then I have some stuff that I've just kind of played around with. Of the videos that I have here, you can kind of tell which ones have quizzes associated with them, because they have the little rocket ship that we know means it's a quiz. Okay, so like here on Homer Simpson, if I click on the three dots, I go to quizzes, and I can either add a quiz or I can access a quiz. Okay, so if I click here, this is an example of what it's going to look like. So I have my video, and I push play.
The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary,
while I pondered weak and weary.
Okay, so the video's playing, and I'm like, okay, kids, wait a minute. What are dreary and weary examples of? Are they examples of simile? Are they examples of metaphor? Are they examples of rhyme? And so this is, again, my copy of it. So it's my quiz. So I'm watching it. I can make changes to it at any time, because it's my template. Okay, so I can add answers to it. I can completely change this question. I can completely, add as many answers as I want. Now, what you have to remember, of course, is to make sure that you select the correct answer for them. Some of the options you can use for your question types is, of course, do you want to vary the points by answer? So do you want to give them partial credit, or just full credit for just the correct answer? And of course, you can shuffle those choices. So every time the question pops up, they're going to be in a completely different order. You can also add question feedback. So once they answer the question, you can have, oh, correct answer, good job. Incorrect answer, oops, look at this question again, or just a general feedback. So if you keep going.
Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly came a tapping, as of someone gently rapped.
Okay, so the word tapping is an example of onomatopoeia. So you have a multiple choice question type, you have a true false question type, and then the third question type within Canvas Studio is multiple answers. So you can choose many different answers. So when you set this up, you can see that, you know, you can play it, and then it has the questions spread out so you can see where you put your questions. For students, you can opt for them to see where the questions are. I personally don't like to do that. I like to hide them so that it makes them watch the whole video. One thing that I've noticed or had some feedback about with studio quizzes versus Edpuzzle is they have to watch the video all the way to the end, because then they submit it and it goes to your grade book, which, hey, that's what we all want. Okay. So you can edit your quizzes at any time. We can create a quiz. So let's say I want to create a quiz off of this video here. All you do is create the quiz. You're going to enter the title to it. So I'm going to do icon quiz, playing with studio for icon example. Okay, so when you set it up, this is where you pick. Do you want to hide those question markers for the students? And I really like to hide them because I don't want them just to go and answer the questions and not watch the video. Allow displaying annotations on timeline for students. This is a new setting so if you have a video and you've added annotations to it, it's going to include the annotations that you've already put in there. Now, you know, if you want this to be a quiz without the annotations, then you can, of course, turn that off. So maybe you use it for a station in your class, and you make them watch the video with annotations. And then for the quiz, you set up a quiz, and then you don't have the explanation there, and then they have to answer it. Okay. So then you get started. So the way this works, again, it's really very simple. And I think that's why I really like it, is all you do is push play, and it plays the video. And then anytime you want to add a question, you just stop it wherever you want it, multiple choice, true, false, or multiple answer. Once you're finished, okay. Once you're finished with it, what you're going to do is just do done, and it's just going to save it on your video. So now you can go and you can look up that icon quiz. You can add a new quiz to that video. You can, like I was saying before, you can annotate your videos. So, you know, you want to put comments and pay close attention to what's being said here, or, you know, what is being used to create mood or tone, or, you know, whatever you want them to pay close attention to. You can share this media, so you can add it as a link. You can share it with people. So let's say you and your teaching partner, you can send it to them via email. You can completely move it. So where do you want it? Do you want it in a collection, or do you just want it in your general studio dashboard? You can replace the thumbnail. So maybe if I don't want to look at Homer Simpson, I can switch it and do a card that says like figurative language or whatever, or I can delete it entirely. Another great thing about studio videos is you can create a collection. And if you create a collection, you can also send it to people. So if somebody has sent you something, like let's say I send this to Mr. Clement to work on with me, I send it to him, and then in your account, you're going to go to shared content, and it's going to pop up there to say that somebody has shared content with you. Or sometimes I think it just kind of might be in here, shared with me. Okay. So somebody, if they've shared videos with me, then it'll be there. So there's so many versatile things you can do with it. And to me, the reason why I like it over the external tool of Edpuzzle is because it's right here all in Canvas. And so, I really like to, so the least amount of clicks that I have to do are the least amount of, is Canvas talking to iOS that's talking to Edpuzzle that's talking to Google. So, you're just going from just a straight shot of communication and little chance for all of that technology to go awry. Now, the way that we're going to use this is in our courses, then, you create your quiz and you have your class and you have your module. So let's say I want to add a quiz to this differentiation module. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new assignment. Okay, I want to create an assignment and I want to say studio quiz for icon. Okay, I'm going to add this item. And it should be down here at the bottom. So I'm going to click on it and I can edit it. And so then you're going to put some explanations, after reviewing how Studio Quizzes works, you will take your quiz, whatever. Okay. Whatever you want to put there. Of course, you can put pictures. You can put the original video or lesson, maybe of you talking. So if you want like instruction, and then they take it or look at it or have something else, you can put your video in there. And then, of course, it's just like a normal assignment. I don't want it for 10 points. I want it for 100. Okay, now this is where it kind of goes along like Edpuzzle. While it is an assignment, while it is in Studio, which is housed inside Canvas, we are still going to make it an external tool. Okay, so that means anytime that you are doing or using an external tool, you need to think about it like you're making a link. That's why when we copy assignments from one Canvas course to another Canvas course, like in our sandbox to our Skyward Created courses, and then you go to look at your assignment and it's a Google assignment and it's not there, it's because that link has been broken. So an external tool means that you're making that link. So I'm going to go to Find, and here's Canvas Studio. And there's Homer Simpson, and I'm going to select it. And right here, I can just do a standard embed, which means that it's just the video. That's not what I'm doing here. I need to video quiz embed. And then the pull down menu lets me pick which quiz I want them to take. So maybe you have, multi-level classes, or you have differentiated versions of your quiz. You can pick which quiz you want for whichever particular course. And so I can embed it, and I'm going to select it. So now Canvas has made a link to that quiz, and then I can assign it. Okay, so I'm going to just pick some stuff here, and I can save and publish. Oops. I've already ended this. So you'll save and publish, and it'll be part of your module. I'm trying to think where I put one so we can kind of see it. I think I put it in my test course. Here we are. So here's an example of my quiz. And I can edit the assignment. So you can see that I can retake this quiz. And again, this is my view. So if you click student view, you can see this is what they're going to see. And they should be able to see their quiz results after they've done it. So let's pretend we're taking this quiz again inside Canvas.
The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary,
While I pondered weak and weary,
Okay, so I'm going to say this is a metaphor.
over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly came a tapping, as of someone gently
And I'm going to say false.
rapping at my chamber door.
There's some visitor
I muttered,
tapping at my chamber door. Only this is nothing.
Are we scared yet? Bart, he's establishing mood.
Okay, so who's this adding to the mood of the video? It's Lisa and Bart. I'm going to continue, and then I can go on.
Alice, just above me, lies floating on the floor.
But just like I've done, your students can also kind of fast forward through it, which is not necessarily what we want. But when it gets to the end, it says, do you want to submit your quiz? Okay, and then they can view the results. So I got 1 out of 3. Okay, and it does time it, which is kind of nice. So, you know, somebody like me, I'm just clicking along. I spent 1 minute on this quiz. That's probably not my full attention. So your answers, you need to look at this one again. It's not a metaphor. You need to look at this again. It truly is onomatopoeia, but we did get this one right. Now, when you are looking for like the grades from this, it is going to be in your grade book. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm still in student view. That's why. Here we go. Test course. Grades. And so then it will end up being posted in your grade book. So here it is. And I'm the test student and I just took it and I got a 33 on it. But it's a nice, quick way to add a video quiz there. Again, this is kind of what I did because I couldn't really wrap my head around how to get us all on Canvas at the same time and do everything. So the rest of my presentation is just kind of going back through everything that I just showed you on what the buttons mean and what you need to really look at to add these questions. And it really is simple because there aren't that many things that you can do with it. Okay, so it's just pretty cut and dry. And then I did include in my presentation the exact Canvas community just how to, and again, it's screenshots and step-by-step on how to create a Canvas quiz. Okay, so that is fast and furious on my presentation for you guys.